When the Nikon D5300 first came out, the camera didn't have very great firmware, so a lot of the settings, if you wanted to do video and you wanted to adjust the shutter speed, aperture, or ISO, you had to do it in viewfinder mode and then switch over to live view. Now, with the current version of firmware, which is 1.01 for the D5300, you can actually adjust the settings without switching between live view and the viewfinder. You can do most of the settings just by using the live view. The only setting you have to change in viewfinder mode is the aperture. So I'll quickly show you how to do it. Turn the camera on, and then for the aperture, if you want to do that, you just switch to manual. As you can see, it's on manual, and then you just hold the aperture button down in the front and you can adjust the aperture smaller or larger. I usually leave it wide open because the camera, when it's on auto for video, it leaves it wide open at 3.5. Now we'll switch over to live view. So you press the I button and then you go to focus mode. And as you can see, all three focus modes are available. I usually leave it on full-time servo autofocus because I can't be behind the camera to adjust the focus while I'm making a video. And here you can adjust the autofocus area mode. Now if you're not taking a video where you will have a face in it, it's probably best to switch it to wide area autofocus because then it doesn't try to track someone's face. And there's also normal, but I wouldn't use that for high definition. And then there's subject tracking. So like in the example there, if you're recording something like wildlife that is moving, you can use subject tracking. So most of my videos on the DSLR include my face, so I leave face priority on. And the metering I leave on matrix. Now here you can adjust the ISO. And when the camera is on auto, it uses 3200 usually, and that kind of evens it out so there isn't a lot of video noise. And to adjust the exposure, you just hold down the exposure button here, the one that says AEL, and then use the wheel and you can adjust it. Now auto mode usually uses 130, so you can put it there. And as you can see, the aperture is wide open and the ISO is on 3200. So all the changes we've made are working, and here's the metering mode and it's on matrix. And the autofocus is right there, and then the face is right there. So the face priority autofocus, and that's it. Now years ago, like I said earlier, when this camera first came out, the firmware must have been not as good as it is now. Now you can do most of the manual adjustments for video right from manual mode, and you don't actually have to switch between viewfinder and live view. And we'll quickly go into the menu here, movie settings, and see here it says manual movie settings. Well, I actually have them off, so you don't actually have to go into the menu and turn this on. Like some of the older videos on YouTube that I watched, they went in here and turned this on and then switched the camera to manual and then started to adjust the settings. Now you don't even have to do that. So that's one less step. You basically just turn your camera on and then you set it to manual mode and away you go. You don't have to worry about the manual movie settings in the menu. You can adjust the settings here just by pressing the I button and doing the settings from there. You don't actually have to turn on the manual movie settings. So that's just a quick video. For me, I have low light problems or where there's video noise because there isn't quite enough light, and I only have two 60-watt LED bulbs and they do fairly decently, but if you look close enough, or if you put the video into full screen, you'll notice that there's video noise in the background. So with the exposure compensation and the aperture wide open, that should probably do enough for my low light problems. Subscribe or visit my YouTube channel.